Next on the list of fun things to do, we have a G35. Now, we were thinking about doing a how to replace your radio in this car, but we decided not to because, well, you know what? We just weren't in the mood. For this, we're putting in a new radio with steering wheel controls. We're gonna take you through the fun of that because we all know how much you guys love steering wheel controls. We're gonna do the CP2, which is this guy right here. The reason why we're doing that is because we can do multi-touch. Program one button to do two things. So that's gonna update him because he's going with the NVH 2300. So what we'll be able to do is with the limited amount of buttons on his steering wheel, we'll be able to do more things. So whether he's going with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, at least he'll have that push-to-touch feature built into his steering wheel. That'll be nice. And then we're of course doing this kit here. Now, as far as functionality goes, this kit functions great. As far as looks go, I know how you guys feel about this compared to the JDM kit. This is a little cheaper, doesn't look as good, but it works. We're gonna go with that. Not everyone, you know who you guys are out there, is worried about the JDM look. I'm with you. The JDM looks so much nicer. I wish they would at least tried a little harder. For those of you that want to know, is if you hadn't seen it yet, this is the 957605A dash kit. So let's get to work, shall we? What are you doing?
I want to set up my camera.
Gotcha.
You want some coffee?
I'm good. The owner left the coffee cup in the front seat. I don't know who does that, but when Fernando got in the car, he got a surprise. He's like, ah, what the heck was that? Who leaves just random coffee cups sitting on their seat? Weird. All right.
Oh, baby.
All right. Enough fooling around. Let's get back to work. Alright, so anytime you're doing one of these cars, the first thing you want to look at is check out the dash, look for any breaks, cracks, or anything like that. This dash actually, this looks really impressive. There's a little spot over here where the dash is cracking. But other than that, along these seams, I don't see any cracks. It's not sticky, which is nice. What we want to do first is you always start here at this gear shifter. There's a little clippy here that you have to pull out in the front. Be careful because it likes to go flying. It's just one of these little guys. This comes off. I immediately like to put it back onto the gear shifter so I don't lose it. Now we can go ahead and get this center console apart. Alright, so the scariest part of this install is this piece right here. This piece needs to come off so that we can get this piece off so that we can remove the screw. All I can say is just kind of wiggle it a little bit, shake. So it just pulls forward and has these two little plastic clips, but this is the one thing that can just poof. Now we just need to get this part of it out here. Just kind of put a flathead in one of these corners, this guy right here, and just kind of peel it up. All right, once you do that, that's going to loosen the silver tab up here, and that should just pop out. Just kind of work it gently, making sure not to hurt the dash any, because this is, like I said, this is where the weak parts of the dash are, is right along in here, along these corners here, along this back edge here, so you have to be real careful. Even with a pry tool, it's kind of scary. All right, so we go ahead and pull this out. Now, this piece here, this metal piece here, when this comes out, it loves to hit this portion of the dash. So this is where having a friend is really important, or a partner, somebody that's gonna grab that piece, because as you move this thing down, all right, so I'm gonna grab that and hold it. I'll pull the radio over and carry it like this. But this, you gotta grab this piece here. We can take this over to the bench. All right, so naturally we have some instructions. We have the actual kit here, this guy, these buttons, yay. You have the control panel wiring harness. That's what's gonna connect this interface here with the factory harness. All right, so if you wanna thumb through these, it's gonna show you how to remove the radio, which we just showed you. And then it'll come over to here on page 3 and start talking about how to assemble the kit. And on page 2, it's gonna show you all the stuff you need to take apart to assemble the kit. So what we want to do is just start unscrewing. There's a ribbon cable right here. You just want to pull the tabs and disconnect it. Now we can go ahead and just set this in the box we took that kit out of. Kit is where it needs to be. Go ahead and set that on there. You don't have to actually screw it in yet. Just set it on there, get it lined up. needs to line up with this pocket here. Let's get the radio out. Now, as far as the two body styles of G35s, this one is definitely more thought out and easier to do than the other one. Definitely moving a lot faster through this. If you caught out the how to replace your radio in the G35 video, that one was a nightmare. Now, you're gonna need to add the tapered screws, the ones that have the little V-cut on them. Now, the one thing about Metra is that they do make their openings just a tad bit bigger than the other company, and I believe that has to do because they're planning on you putting a 7" motorization. Not that the other ones have any problem with it, but you do see us, you know, widen those up a little bit. But because of that, there's usually a little bit more gapping than you'd see in the other brand. So what we like to do is, you know, we like to put the weather stripping down here to fill in that hole. All right, so now what we want to do is go ahead and plug in our air conditioning control adapter, test fit it on there again, make sure it's all good. Now, the nice thing about these is the gapping is usually pretty spot on because of that V-cut screw. Kind of lines everything up as you're tightening it down. So there we go. This guy's all set and ready.
So to pull this center console, you want to unscrew 2 Phillips screws. It's a cover with a flat screwdriver. Take it out, and that's the 2 Phillips screws right there. Now you pull the seats forward, and it's a 2 screws on the side, on each side. Then you start unplugging the heat seats and the cigar lighter. And this one, we're gonna go and drill a hole in this part next to the cigar lighter so we can run our USB. Okay, so we went and make our hole. Ouch. Alright, so we went and covered our wire, and also we went and put a grommet so it looked factory.
Alright, so for this, as we said, we're going to do the CP2. When you open the CP2, you're going to find the brain box and the wiring harness. You'll also find some instruction manuals, but you don't need these. Stuff them back in the box right now. Now, what you do need is a smartphone that you go and you download the Pack Control Pro app. This guy right here. I'll load that. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to load the app. It's going to ask you, what are you putting in, a CP2 or a CP5? We're doing a CP2. Next, it's going to ask you what kind of car. Infinity model. This was an 05, right? Yes. We'll select the manufacturer of the radio. In this case, we're doing a Pioneer. Select next. All right, so now what it's gonna do is give us the dip switches. That corresponds to these guys here. And they're very clear as far as which way they want you to do these. 1 and 2 are down, 3 through 6 are up. 7 is down and 8 is up. And then 1, 2, 3 are down and 4 is up. Now what these correspond to is the car you're putting it in and the radio you're using. That's what these have to do with. Go ahead and select next. And now what it's gonna do is it's gonna give us the wiring configuration. For this, you have to hook up a red, yellow, and black, which is red is accessory, yellow is constant 12 volt, black is ground. It's gonna show you where those are to the factory wiring harness. This harness here, we know that we can just use the red, yellow, and black off of here. But right here, you'll notice it says chassis. That's because it's a Nissan, and like most Nissans, the ground that's in the harness isn't really a ground. So we're not going to use this ground. We're going to have our pigtail go off, and we're going to screw it into one of the frame rails in the car. Next, we'll scroll up. It's going to show us a second wiring harness, and then it's also going to give us other wires that we have to hook up. In this case, we have a black, a white, and a white-black are going to get hooked up to a yellow, a red, and a green. You don't actually, there won't be a test on this. What this is showing us is what the plug looks like, what the colors are on the plug, and the corresponding wires you have to hook them up to. This is very helpful. It makes installation a lot easier. CP2, it's a little bit more than the SWIRC, but as you can see, this is extremely cool. Now, I will tell you this, it will keep your phone awake like this, so don't just set it down while you're working. Make sure you turn it off, otherwise your phone will go dead. Now, this uses the standard configuration that all pack stuff has. We're gonna go ahead and separate this into 2 bundles of 3. The first 3 are gonna be the red, yellow, and black. Next, we wanna find our white black, and our black. All right, so now that we have the 2 bundles, we don't need any of these other wires. I like to remove them from the plug. Go ahead and we're gonna hook up our red, yellow, and black. Went ahead and cut some black 18 gauge. Now on the second harness, there's a black with white, that's a ground for the premium sound system that he has. So we're gonna go ahead and also tie that into this ground point. Alright, so we have all the prep work done on the main harness. We have our steering wheel controls soldered in. We have these wires, these 3 here, these are the ones that are gonna go into the secondary harness. We have our pigtail off here that's gonna get a ring terminal, and this is gonna go to ground. And then on this end here, we have all our other wiring that we need. These are just gonna marriage up just like that. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, this guy is all set and ready to go. Now, as I said, we weren't gonna need any instructions on it here. Well, for the first part of it, you don't. For this part of it, we do. We wanna go ahead and grab these out of here. All right, so what we wanna do is go ahead and turn to page 4. Go ahead and just rip that out of here. Now, there's 2 pages that have similar content on them. We want to go to reassign procedure. That's going to allow us to reassign the buttons to do what we want them to do. So this is going to walk us through that. So let's go ahead and we'll take this with us. Just stick this in my back pocket for now. Let's get this over in the car, take our phone. Let's get this soldered in. All right, so the first thing we want to do is go ahead and plug in our harness here, and now we want to go ahead and ground this. All right, so now what we want to do is go ahead and go back to our application, and we're going to look at this harness that we're going to need. It is what's called a 3-3, meaning the middle is where it plugs in, and then there's 3 on either side. So looking at both of those, it's not that. All right, so it's gonna be this guy right here. There's 3 extra harnesses. It's gonna be this one. So what we wanna do is go ahead and remove this black silly stuff off of here. And now it's telling us we need a yellow, red, and green. Very Christmassy. So there is a yellow, red, and green wire right here. Now we're gonna check the spots, 11, 4, and 13, and they are correct. So we know that these are the wires we're gonna need. So what we wanna do is go ahead and strip them back, exposing the copper. Now we'll take our corresponding 3 other wires here, and we know that yellow is going to be black, and then red is going to go to white, and of course the last one is going to go to green, which is the white-black. What we want to do is take the steering wheel controls, and the brain itself, we want to bring it down here, down into this area down here, so that it is by itself pulled out. And the reason why is because we want to go ahead and get the radio in and then be able to do the programming after the radio is installed and connected back up. Now, this is one of those points where you have to decide on how important this screw is here. There's 4 screws holding this in. This screw is totally not necessary, and I don't recommend putting it back in. There's nothing that this is gonna do that is worth pulling this back off, and with the chance of breaking it to get to this screw. What we wanna do now is test it, make sure everything's working the way it is. Grab the cable and the phone, please. I have the phone, grab the cable. What's the weather gonna be like today?
It's currently partly cloudy.
So the steering wheel control is working, it's doing the basic functions. We know the radio is doing everything we need it to do. What we want to do now is remap the steering wheel. So on this steering wheel, we have volume up and down, mode, power, track up and down. We're gonna keep volume up and down the same. We're gonna keep track up and down the same. The 2 center buttons though, we're gonna change. We're gonna change mode to answer the phone and hang up the phone. And we're gonna change power to the VR feature. So what we want to do is we're gonna cycle through the ignition. We're gonna turn it back on. Now on the side of the unit, there's a little blue button. I'll press and hold it until it lights up green. Lights up green. So now we gotta go volume up, volume down. Mute is skip, preset skip, source skip, track up, track down. Band we're gonna skip, phone menu we're gonna skip. Press answer, press and hold. All right, it blinked, go ahead and press mode, VR. All right, now we'll go ahead and test it. Press and hold it, see if it disconnects. Alright, so plan B. Apparently the power button isn't functioning on his steering wheel. So what we're going to do is volume up and down will stay the same, but now instead of track down, we're going to make that VR, because no one really goes track back, and you can always do it from the radio, and having that VR function is pretty cool. So let's try this again. Press it now. There we go. What's the weather like today?
It's currently partly cloudy.
Alright, so there we go. So now we have answer, hang up, and VR. We've reprogrammed the steering wheel controls. We've made sure all these things are working the way they're supposed to. Of course, go ahead and hit the air conditioner. Make sure that's doing what it's supposed to. That's always nice. Make sure that, go ahead, AC.
Auto.
Hit auto. We'll hit the temp. Make sure the temp goes up and down. Let's see if dual zone, probably not. We'll select mode and off. Alright, so the air conditioning is functioning the way it's supposed to. Alright, so now all we need to do is put this thing back together. Now on this piece here, there's these little teeth that stick up. Those do have to come off, otherwise it'll force this kit down too low. Put it in kind of like neutral. Get this guy in. Drop it in place. Grab your gear shifter. Put your finger on the front so that this doesn't go flying off. Drop it down, snap it up. Make sure that the gear shifter moves, like the little red spot goes through the drive, park, reverse. Put this piece back in place. All right, so we're all finished with this. On to the next car. Ow.
Because
Ow.
this one is done.
Ow. In the legs.